Yum, yum, yum. It's time for some more culinary delights. Welcome to Cooking with Lord Ugg. Did you like the dramatic pause? Welcome to Cook, yeah. So, anyway, today, what we're going to do is we're going to move away from honey, from the sweetness of the honey, and we're going to move towards the sweetness of the humble berry. And I present to you guys, today, your recipe is the Froggle Bunwich. It's a great name. Oh, text message. Excuse me. 1 second. Right back. Yep, sorry about that. Anyway, I'm back. So the Froggle Bunwich is an excellent name. And it does look a bit like a sandwich, but it's like bigger. It's like a long piece of bread. And, it's got stuff in it, and I'll show you a picture of it. Continue. In fact, I'll cook it first. I'll show you how to do it. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you where to get the ingredients. So the ingredients for Froggle Bunwich, first you need to go to your local swamp. And I say that like you've got a local grocery store or something. But anyway, local swamp. And here we have a frog. Now, they always live at these ponds. Always. So just click on the frog and hit it. There you go. There's its body. But there's its legs. So we pick up the frog's legs. Now, they will always be at the ponds. So when you see a pond, there will be a frog close by. There we go. There's always one. Kill it, pick up the frog's legs. Now, the thing about these the reason I like this is the hit points and the hunger points might not be massive on the Froggle Bunwich, but I like to take into account how available the ingredients are to us, to people. And after all, if you look here, for instance, if I went to every single pond that I've exposed, you're talking 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 14 ponds I've exposed here. Everyone's going to have a frog at them. Now, of course, I'm not going to run around all these 14 every day. But there's a simple 4 here in a nice row and a few down here together. That's 7 frog's legs you can collect every day. They respawn every day. So it's a great recipe, just simply because it's so easy to collect it all. So just over here is another pond, and there's another frog. So hit that. There you go. That's 3. And so I muted it there. Sorry, I was just snuffling. Okay. So there we go. There's how you get frog's legs. Nice and easy. Okay. Now, let's talk about the other ingredient. There's only 2 ingredients in this. So I'm just ready for night time. Right, there's only 2 ingredients in this, and the other ingredient is, I've already got it, berries. Now, berries are simple. You know how to do it. If you don't, it's easy enough. Put your shovel on, find a berry bush, run up to it, dig it up, then bring it back to your base and plant it. Now, when you plant a berry bush down, it will look like this. Can you see this yellow one here? And these are all green. It's not ready to bear fruit. It will not grow berries while it's yellow. What you need to do is get some poo or some fertilizer and fertilize that bush. It'll go green. And now it'll bear fruit. So now you can get berries off it. Now, don't pick the berries too early. When you see them, just a couple just like this, don't pick them. If you pick them, they'll go yellow like that one did. Well, that one there. And then you'll have to fertilise it again. Wait till the berries are coming through where you can really see them like this. And then you can pick these safely and you're okay. Look out for your gobbler, that thing that eats your berries, because they're annoying. So collect at least, well, just pick what you can. And leave these to keep growing. Don't come out. Oh, you bugger. Look, I knew he'd do that. Up there. Go, go, go. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, you're not bothered now, are you? So anyway, that one's going to need fertilising. But for now, I've got what I want. So let's get to the recipe. So what you need for a Froggle Bunwich, and I have got plenty of frog's legs. I've got 21 there. I'm going to be putting 2 more in because I'm going to be using some. plenty of berries. I've got 26 more there, and I've got loads up here, and I've got some more here. So you're never going to run out. You know, this for what you get for the hit points and hunger points. These are easy resources to get, easy ingredients. So let's just cook these up, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. Right. So first of all, go to your crock pot and put in a frog's leg. There you go, just one. And then put in 3 berries and cook. There you go. Now it's cooking away. Now that will make you a Froggle Bunwich. Now, you don't have to follow this recipe exactly. And of course, different things that you put in will affect it different ways. Some will give you more hit points and less hunger. Some will give you the opposite. More hunger and less hit points. You know, feel free to experiment. I'm just saying this is what I'm going to be doing. This is the one I've practiced and used all the time. This one, it's easy for me. Berries are easy to get, frog's legs are easy to get, so I just shove them together, and this is the Froggle Bunwich I get, and I'm happy with. So yeah, don't be afraid to experiment. But always make sure, I mean, because the frog respawns every day, the frogs respawn every day, you're always going to have a good amount of frog's legs. And the berries always keep growing, so you're going to have a good amount of those. Right, while that's cooking, I'm going to give you a couple of tips. One, here, tooth traps. Now, I did say that I did these, so if the hounds come, I can stand in the middle of this, and the hounds will get bit by these. Now, it does work, but, and remember this is a but, because this is an important but, if you log off the game and log back on, these will glitch out, and they will no longer trap anything. They'll no longer work. If a rabbit goes through it, if a pig goes through it, if a hound goes through it, nothing. Because I've had hounds attack twice now, but the first time I came and stood in here, the hounds came and they ran straight through the traps, and the traps never touched them. And that's because I'd logged off a couple of minutes before, logged back on, so they glitched down. So if you log off and you log back on, you're going to have to relay all your tooth traps back down again, or they won't work. Right, second tip. Now, the game seems to be making the hounds come more at night than anything when you're stuck here. And of course now, the straw rolls don't let you go to daytime once the hounds are coming. Even if you do it... it's changed. Even if you do it instantly, let me just tell you this bit because it's important. Even if you go to your straw roll instantly and you try and sleep in it, it'll say you cannot sleep in it. Danger's too close. This danger's too close, so you cannot sleep. That's something they've obviously brought in to stop you doing what I was doing at some point, which is, you know, straw roll to daytime, then go to the pigs for help. They don't let you do that no more. If they're coming at night, you can't sleep. You're going to get caught at your campfire unless you've got a torch or a helmet or something. But you've got to realise you can't go to the pigs then at night time because they're asleep in their houses. So, and the rabbits are asleep, the bees are asleep. So you're basically stuck anyway. So what happened was, now I've had people say to me, oh, something that's good for research points are the tufts of grass that you dig up. Dig them up and give them for research because they're great and there's lots of them. And I said, and you can see this in my comments, that I was a bit worried about that because what if you run out of grass tufts? You know, tufts of grass to later on at some point and you need them. Then if you're out of grass, you can't make a lot of recipes in game, you might as well just quit. And I've had a couple say, yeah, but I put a field of grass to one side and I don't touch that. I just use that for when I need it to collect. Well, so did I. Let me show you something. It was here. 2 long rows of grass. Do you know why it's not there no more? I'll tell you why. Because the hellhounds came. The hounds came with 3 hellhounds, the red ones. And they came at the worst time. They came at that kind of dusk time, just before it gets pitch black, when you can still run round and do things without any light, without needing any fire. And they started barking then. So by the time they came, it just turned to full darkness. And that meant I was going to be running around my campfire all night. Now, luckily, I'd put on my log suit and my football helmet. I expected I was going to have to fight. The problem is, I remembered also that I'd logged off. and logged back on. And I hadn't relayed my traps, so I couldn't go to my traps. So I was going to be fighting about 12, 14 hellhounds on my own. So, as you can imagine, I needed to run round in a big area. So I started making some big movements, and I managed to kill one of the red hellhounds. And when they died, they burst into flames. Now, I said to someone, when they said, I set a field to one side, I said, yeah, but what if that field gets destroyed? And what happened was, the hellhound died near my grass field, and it burnt the whole field down. And the field was closely connected to my field of trees. So they all got burnt down. So, next time you tell me to use grass tufts, trust me, it's not a good idea. You may say there's plenty and you've got a field to one side that you don't use, but trust me, you can lose that field very easily. Because I killed one hellhound. There were 3 of the red hellhounds, and I killed one near the grass, and the whole field of grass went up. Luckily, I've got tons and tons of grass tufts on this world, so it doesn't matter. I can just go out, dig them all up again, and relay it. It's going to be annoying, but I can do it. Whereas, if I hadn't, if I'd have chucked all the rest into the research, I'd be in trouble now. I nearly didn't survive, actually. I nearly died. Very close. So the end battle with this going round with the spider queens and everything nearly never happened. Because I nearly died. It was a really hard time. But we got there. Anyway, let's get to this. So what do we get eating this? Well, for the Froggle Bunwich, for hit points, you get 43. Is that right? Yes, that's right. 43 hit points. Now, that may not sound a lot, but it's like I said, you've got to remember how easy this is to make. It's an easy one to make. Lots of frog's legs about, because there's lots of swamps, lots of frog's legs, lots of berries, easy to make, and you get 43 of your hit points back. As for hunger, you get 63. Now, I don't think that's bad. Again, 63 and 43. Yes, there are foods that are better, admittedly, but usually they take a little bit more messing about. For instance, you take for the honey ham, you use either morsel, because you can use morsels now for that. You can use morsel or just meat, but to get that, you have to kill things that are going to piss Krampus off. So eventually it's going to count towards bad things and he's going to come. The frogs are classed as an evil thing, I think. And so it doesn't actually, like if you kill swamp tentacle, that doesn't count against you with Krampus. And because the frogs live in the swamp, I don't think that they count either. So you can kill as many frogs as you want, day after day after day, get your berries off at bushes, and it's an easy recipe to make. So there you go. The Froggle Bunwich, I'll say it again, your hunger points are 63, your hit points are 43. It's a nice little meal, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So there you go, guys. That's another recipe in the bag for you. Hope you enjoy it. Remember what I told you about these. Remember, you've got to relay them if you log off. And remember, don't throw all your tufts of grass in the researcher, because you might just lose it all with one hellhound. Yes, good, right. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy the Froggle Bunwich. If nothing else, it's got a really good name, really cool name, and I'll be back with another recipe for you soon. So for now, you take really good care of yourselves, and goodbye for now, my friends.